Hi guys, welcome back to Circuit Fit. We are going to do something a little different today. So I've gotten some suggestions from people and I'm trying to think about what I like to do when I watch these exercise videos. And so we're going to go ahead and start right now with a warm-up. And as we warm up together, I'll tell you what the plan is for today. So we're going to go ahead and just start walking in place. This is just to get our muscles warmed up and ready for actual exercise. Today's video is going to be a little shorter, because what we're going to do with it is focus really on one muscle group. So, I have a lot of people say, what can I do to strengthen my abs? What can I do to strengthen my shoulders or my legs, or, whatever they ask me. And so I thought, let's work on the core today, okay? So we're going to be marching in place. Let's go ahead and go side to side. So for today, this is going to be a short video. You can make this a cardio video and you can choose to play it through a few times. So when it comes to the end, you can play it back through and do it 2 or 3 times in a row. Or you can just keep it a short video and add it to your collection of exercises when you really want to focus on the core. Okay? Good. All right, let's get a little bit wider, a little bit lower. Good. Okay, so when I say the core, I mean really mainly the abdominal muscles, the obliques, which are the side abdominal muscles, and the low back. All of our movement originates from the core, and so it's important that it's strong. And I know people ask me about this really mainly because it's a problem area. It's not like we can just pick where we want to lose weight and lose it there, but we can strengthen it, make it stronger, make it firmer, even make it a little more toned. And so that's what we're going to work on today. All right, let's go back to marching. We're just going to kick it kind of low, just getting the legs warmed up. All right. So we move a little bit easier, breathe a little easier when we do start. And butt kickers. Good. Okay, we're going to do windmills. So for this, we're going to just step wide, and I just want you to reach down below the knee and back up. As you do this, you're sticking your butt back. You're not coming forward and putting all that strain on the back. We're kind of taking our weight over our heels, warming up our torso. Good. Keep those legs slightly bent. I don't want you to lock out the knees. And up. Okay, now we're going to squat, punch across. Squat, these don't have to be low squats. So if you've done Circuit Fit with me before, or if you're new, but you're familiar with the class from the Senior Center, you'll recognize this isn't as fast-paced because we're really going to take time to focus on building that muscle strength. Good job. All right, and back to marching. All right, guys, so we're going to do the first portion of it, the longer portion of it, standing. Standing obliques. You may want a chair to hold on to. I'm also going to be using, keep marching, I'm going to be using the band and a dumbbell. These are optional. If you do not have them, you don't have to have them. But I would recommend, if you don't have a dumbbell, to grab something kind of heavy. Now my dumbbell is too light, but I'm just showing you what we're doing today, okay? So we're going to start first with a standing oblique crunch. So let's go ahead and bring it down just a little bit. You should be warmed up. We're going to do each of these exercises for 30 seconds. Okay, now some of them will get your heart rate up, so this can become a cardio exercise if you want to speed it up. But we're also going to work on our strength. So let's go ahead, get the timer. I'm going to hold my weight, but you don't have to for this. Keep in mind. We're going to start with the oblique crunch. Now, if you want, guys, please feel free to hold on to something, okay? So I'm just going to come up and back down. So you may be holding onto your chair over here. This is slow and controlled. Now, if you want to make it cardio, you can do it faster, but I'm just really working on the strength of my core today. And you do not have to touch your elbow to your knee if that's too difficult for you. We're just simply crunching, losing my balance, crunching to the side. Good. Okay, now we're going to switch to the other side. Just Just gonna move, kind of an active rest. We're gonna do that on the other side here. All right. So overhead. Now, if reaching overhead is difficult for you, you can bring that arm down, or you can even just bring that leg up and keep your hand at your side. All right, and again, if you can't get your leg up there as fast as I am, that's okay. We're really just working on strengthening really the whole body. And that's the beauty of core exercise. Anytime you're moving, you're working your core. We're just doing a little more focus today. Good. All right, we're gonna go to a standing leg crunch. So I'm gonna put my weight down. I'm gonna put my arms between my head between my arms, and I'm gonna crunch forward, okay? This is slow. I don't want you swinging your leg out there. I want you to intentionally lift it. Good. And if the arms above the head is too much, I just want you to crunch forward. Your hands on your hips. Make sure as you're doing this, boy, my balance is off today, that you're keeping your head between your arms. Good. All right, we're gonna go elbow to opposite knee. 3 seconds, here we go. All right, good. Being intentional here. This doesn't have to be fast. This is a good video to do at the end of a different video or between days. So if you do a cardio video on one or a longer exercise video or go for a walk outside, you can add this on your off days. Good. Okay, I'm gonna do a running exercise. Again, you may want to have a chair beside you to kind of hold on to, but this one's lifting the knee and back down. Okay, so this front leg is also getting a workout. Here we go. Good. So you're having to use your core to bring that leg forward. Your leg will get tired in the front, so if you need to take short breaks, that's okay. Nice job. Okay, active rest. Grab a drink whenever you need one. We'll go to the other side next. After this, I'm going to grab my dumbbell for the next exercise. Here we go. Using those abs to bring that knee forward. So not only are we working our abs, but we're burning calories while we do this as well. Getting the heart rate up a little bit. Nice job, guys. Okay, I'm gonna grab the dumbbells. I should make a note here, never hold your breath. If you have to hold your breath to get through the exercise is too difficult for you. So make sure you can breathe. All right, I'm gonna squat, and then I'm gonna come up to the side and twist. My hips go in the direction of my arms. Good. Working those obliques, the abdominal muscles that wrap around the side of your body. Connect to the front, from the front to the back. Good. Again, the squats don't have to be low. That bothers your knees. Good. All right, and now I'm gonna take my dumbbell and I'm gonna lunge back and I'm gonna row. So I'm gonna lunge back and row, and then lunge back and row. Balance and safety are most important, so be careful with this one. And if you have concerns about stepping back and holding the dumbbell, you can stand and do this from side to side. All right, so here we go. Almost there. We've got 2 more standing exercises. Nope, I lied, 3 more. And then we go to the floor. And I should say right here that when we go to the floor, if that's something you're not comfortable with, then you can just stick with the standing exercises. All right, guys, so we're gonna do teapots. I want you to put the dumbbell in one hand, the other one up here. Go up and down. Now, I've mentioned before, you want a resistance heavy enough that you can really feel it by your last few repetitions, okay? So my weight for me is not heavy enough today. I would need one a little bigger than the one I have. Good, and now we're gonna switch, okay? And again, these are slow and controlled, and I want you to keep your hips straight. I don't want you to push them out as we do this one, just straight ahead. All right, ready? Here we go. Good. And it's these muscles that are pulling you back up, okay? I don't want you to use momentum. I want you to use these muscles to really shorten and pull you back to a standing position. Good. All right, I'm gonna grab my chair for this next one. If you have like a TV stand, a couch, a chair, something that you can use to do a plank on. The wall is fine, or even the floor, but that's more difficult. I'm gonna do a plank, my shoulders over my wrist. I'm gonna bring my knee up and my forehead toward my knee. And then back, forehead towards your knee, back, good. Again, this can be done on a wall if coming down this low is too difficult for you. Curl and back. Good, okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get down to the floor. I'll show you how to do this in just a second. Okay, guys, so getting on the floor might not be a problem for you. Okay, but if it is, and this is a reality for many, many people, I want you to be cautious, okay? So one of the ways I would suggest you get down on the floor that might be easiest is to find a lower structure like a sturdy chair or your couch or a shelf or something that you put your hands on. You take one leg back and you bend those knees and you bring that first knee down to the floor and then you bring the second knee with it. And from here then, you can take your arm to the floor and sit your hip down as well. And then you're in a position where you can get down, okay? Now, getting back up will be opposite. So you'll be down on the floor, we'll come back up. You're gonna put your hand, one on the floor, one on the chair, back like this, 1 foot at a time to get up, okay? And again, if this is too much for you to get up and down on the floor like this, just do the standing portion of the video. That's a good workout, good abdominal strengthening. This is just a little bit more, okay? So we're gonna start first with what we call pelvic tilts. A lot of people don't really hold their posture very well, and we have a lot of issues with a weak core. And so we're gonna start really simple. I'm gonna lay down here on the floor, all right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my belly button in toward my spine and flatten my back on the floor, okay? And I'm gonna hold this for a few seconds. So I've got my back flat on the floor, my muscles are tightened right here, and then I'm gonna relax. Now do not hold your breath while you're doing these. Go ahead and tighten. Belly button in toward my spine, remembering to breathe. Nice deep breaths. And relax. And again, hold. Relax. And again, tighten. This is something you can do anywhere, anytime. You can even do it in a seated position, as long as you're breathing through it. Okay, now we're going to make this a little more advanced, and I want you, if you can, to bring both feet up. If not, leave one on the floor. Now, again, your back as flat on the floor and your belly button is nice and tight, so it's drawn in, okay? So this may be enough if you hold this position. If you can do this, I want you to bring your arms up, okay? And we hold it here. Now, if you can do this and hold it and breathe, then what I want you to do is take one arm back, mine's hitting the couch, one leg down, and then bring it back up. Now, while you do this, here's the trick, guys. While you do this, I want your back to stay flat on the floor. If it's coming up every time you move, then your abs aren't strong enough to do this exercise. So back, keeping my back flat on the floor, and up, back, up. And again, if you have more space than I do, you can take your arm all the way down. And you can do any combination of this. If you want to keep your arms down and just do your legs, all right? And I want you to do this 10 times. We've gone probably about 10 in here. Excellent. Okay. Now, we're gonna go ahead, let me see what I have next. We're gonna go ahead and go to a side plank. So I want you to sit up, okay? And from here, we're gonna be on our hip, and your knee is gonna stay on the floor, and I want your shoulder over your elbow, okay? So we're gonna lay like this, and then I'm gonna lift my body up and take my one leg out straight. So I'm gonna come forward just a little bit, okay? Now, we're gonna stay in this position for about 30 seconds. If this is easy for you, I want you to lift and lower that leg, okay? It makes the core work a little bit more. So stay here with me. If you get tired, you can take a break. Come back up when you get the chance. So you're not just working your core here and your obliques, but also your glutes and the outside of your thigh. Good. And down. Good. All right, now to the other side. Okay, and now on the other side, we're gonna raise up. All right, you can keep your hand here on your hip, or you can keep your hand overhead. Either way, your butt's off the floor, okay, and you're holding this position. So as you get tired, you tend to come down just a little bit. Try to keep that up, and if you can, just lift and lower. All right, now a more advanced version of this, if this is easy for you, would be to come out in a full pike position, or plank position, I should say. So up and down, okay? Now you'll feel this in your shoulders, your abs, so take breaks. If this gets too much, come down and then come back up, okay? Good. 10 more seconds. And again, you can just keep it straight like this. And down. Good. All right, we're gonna go to a tabletop next. Now, I want you to keep your shoulders above your wrists. I want your knees right below your hips. And the whole goal of this is to maintain a tabletop. So a lot of people do this one wrong, really, when they're trying to strengthen their low back. What I want you to do is pretend like you have a cup of soup on your back. You're trying not to dump that cup of soup, which means that as I shift from side to side, I'm not moving my hips. I'm trying to keep them stable. All right, so I want your hands flat on the floor. And I'm gonna go ahead and lift my left arm and my right leg. So I'm doing opposite arm, opposite leg. Now if that's too much for you, just lift your arm or your leg, one or the other. And then back. Now try not to dump that soup. There's 2. Good, we're gonna hold it for a few seconds. 3. 4. 5. 6. Good job. Almost there. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. Now again, guys, you can do these multiple times. I'm doing them just once today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sit in the boat pose for our last one on the floor. And for this one, there's a number of ways you can do this. The full boat pose would be as such, but that takes a lot of strength. So what I recommend is starting out, you keep your arms back behind you and you bring your legs up, okay? And you hold it like this. Now, if that becomes easy, then you can hold on to your legs and come up like this. And then for the most advanced, we come like this. So go ahead and get into your position if you're not already. And we're gonna hold this exercise. Remember to breathe. If you're having to hold your breath, it's too much for you right now. You may see me shaking. That is perfectly normal. And then you can add moving your arms up and down so your core is responding to the movement of your arms. And back up. Good job. Okay, let's go ahead and just do a little bit of stretching and then we'll be finished for today. All right, so I'm gonna come back up on my tabletop. I'm just gonna round my back like a cat and then lower my back and look forward. And then up and then down. And now I'm just gonna come back, bring my forehead toward the ground. Still breathing way down deep into the belly. Stretch that back. And back up. All right, and then we're just gonna sit to the side. So I'm gonna sit on my side right here. All right, and I'm just going to come over here and bend opposite. So my hips are going in that direction, my upper body's coming in this direction. Switch over. All right. This direction. All right, we're going to stretch our low back, which includes our hamstrings. I want your legs straight out. And I just want you to reach as far as you can. You should feel tension, but not pain. So some of you may be able to come all the way forward. Others may be able to touch your toes, which is about what I can do. Some of you may have to just come to this point. But regardless, I want you to hold that stretch while you breathe. All right, my toes are pointed up. All right, back up. I'm gonna go ahead and put my feet together in a butterfly stretch. I'm just gonna stretch through the neck. So I'm gonna hold my shoulder, bend my neck in the opposite direction. Switch. All right, guys. So today was the strengthening portion for your abdominal muscles. I'll be back with some more very specific type of exercises that we can do, and we'll mix those in with our typical circuit fit routines. Thanks so much.